Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Hayden and I've done way over £1 million in sales with my UK and USA store combined. And I've been selling for over 4.5 years now. Around about 4.5 years I've been selling on Amazon. I'd sell in the UK and the USA, as I say. And I talk about it on this channel. So I want to answer a couple of general sort of queries and worries people have today. And if you're struggling with selling on Amazon in 2024, you're struggling to make it work, you're looking at your profit and loss, you're looking at how much you made last month, or maybe you're just starting out and you've been a month, 2 months in, and you seem to be struggling to make it work, then you should watch this video right the way to the end, because I'm going to help you with that. Because trust me, in all the time I've been selling, I've been exactly where you are. Trust me on that. I remember the months where I was looking at my spreadsheets, looking at my profit and working it all out and thought, oh, I'm not actually making any money, or I'm making very, very little money to make it worth it or not. So I want to talk to you in this video about that, about how you can get yourself over this barrier, okay? So let's dive into it without further ado. So I'm just checking my camera here because it seems to be having slight issues. It might be okay. Might be okay. We'll give it a go. There's usually just a couple of reasons people are struggling. Now, the first reason is profit. You're struggling to make profit, okay? The second reason is you're struggling to manage things, struggling to manage the growth of your business. Now, most people struggling to make profit is the main issue. That's the main thing you're suffering with. So let's address that. Let's address if you're struggling to make profit in your Amazon business. Let's dive into what the issue is here. And I've got a lot of learnings in this, as I say, because I've been doing it for years now and I've been through this whole thing. When you start out on Amazon, it's a massive learning curve. Everything you're doing is not so much about the profit that you're making, but the skills that you're learning. The skills that you are learning. And then skills are layered. They're layered in the sense that you've got to learn skills about how to run Amazon Seller Central, how to do advertising, how to source products. But then the second layer of skills you've got to understand is yourself. You've got to understand the skills that you have and the best model that best suits you and your current abilities. Okay? If you don't know already, within Amazon selling, you can do many, many models. You can do wholesale, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, private label, bundles, wholesale brand deal type stuff where you're exclusively selling for distributors. There's many different strategies that you can implement. So when you're getting started out, you're likely not going to know what strategy is right for you. And in the early days, when you're just trying to find your way in Amazon, right, it doesn't matter so much about what strategy you're doing, but as I say, it's about the skills that you're learning. So if you are in your first month, second month, third month, 6th month selling on Amazon and you're not making profit, no matter what the gurus say, right, the fake gurus, the whatevers, the blah, blah, blahs, you are not on your own, and it's actually pretty normal to not make any profit in the first year. I'm not saying that's ideal. I'm not saying that's what everyone wants, and I'm not saying that's going to happen to you, but it's pretty normal. Not only is it normal in an Amazon business, but it's very normal in any business in general. In fact, a lot of startups don't make money for 2 or 3 years. Okay, so this shouldn't be a massive shock to you. I'm sorry if someone sold you into this and upsold you a load of nonsense that you're going to make money overnight, because you're not. This is a genuine, legit business model that has huge scalability, but it also requires patience. So to start with, the first year, you want to be acquiring the skills of selling on Amazon. Because, as I say, it's very layered, right? I spent my first year doing a mix of retail arbitrage. Got my coffee here. Let's have a coffee together. Go get one if you haven't, guys. Carry on watching the whole video. I spent my first year doing a mix of retail arbitrage / online arbitrage. And I also went a bit further into the next year doing that as well until I pivoted. Now, I still do arbitrage at the moment, but not in the same aspect. Okay, I do it in a different marketplace. It's not my main model, etc. But my point being, I didn't want to do online arbitrage forever personally. Although there's nothing wrong with it, it was just I knew that I had to learn them essential skills. But I'm also aware that it's very overwhelming when you're starting out, and you just want to learn them skills as quickly as possible. But you're not even sure. You don't even realize that you're learning the skills because you're just focused on the profit. And the issue is when you're getting impatient looking for the profit, you're bypassing a lot of the essential skills that you should be focusing on. So my first mentor said this to me: the first year is for learning, the second year is for earning. And that, to me, that couldn't be more true. Now, yes, there's exceptions, etc., and that might not happen to you. And I don't mean you won't make any money, potentially, but to make some good money, it's probably not going to be for the first year. And the sooner you can sort of put up with that, the more patience you're going to have to enhance and learn the skills that you've got in yourself to make you a really good seller that's going to be in this for the long term. Because anyone that expects to make loads of money in the first year then gives up, obviously they're not going to be around. You know, that mindset's just a giving up mindset, you know. You can't master what you do not measure. You cannot master what you do not measure. So if you want to master this, you need more patience than just the first year. Okay, so I would say have more patience, understand the skills that you're learning. Once you've learned them vital main skills in yourself, whether you're doing arbitrage or retail arbitrage, whatever, then after a few months or a year, I would say then you can start pivoting into the model that you want to do. But it takes a long time to master Amazon. A lot of people think you just dump products on the platform and they sell. Let me tell you, there's a lot of things. You've got to launch products, fail at products, test products, waste money, make money. There's just so many. You've got to test different. I've tested the majority of every single model on Amazon. Every single model. And that may seem like a daunting task for you right now, but it just kind of happens when you're willing to never give up and just consistently try things. Because, look, this is where I'm going next, right? The skills that you have are different to the skills of someone else that's doing bundles, someone else that's doing private label, someone else that's doing wholesale, someone else that's doing online arbitrage or retail arbitrage. And your interests are different as well. So you don't actually know what the model is for you. So most people get into this business by picking a business model, usually online arbitrage or something basic like that. And then they find they don't enjoy it and it doesn't really work for them, and then they give up after a few months. The people that make this work start with a set model, okay? Get good at that, learning the skills around how to sell on Amazon and the confidence that comes with that. And then they pivot into the model and the business, sort of the way of doing business within the Amazon or e-commerce platform that they like. And not only they like, that has the skill sets to go with it. And that's what's going to happen to you. You're going to hopefully make some okay money doing the model that you're doing. And then you're going to figure out that you want to stick to this model and scale it up, or you want to pivot into a different model and scale it up. Now, no one can tell you the answer. That's for you. That's depending on the skills that you have and the mindset and your interests and everything like that. But until you get into the model that you really want to be in, that meets your skill sets, okay? I don't do wholesale because I'm not good at systems and operations on a scale. And to do wholesale, in my opinion, in a big way, you need to be good at systems and operations, managing teams in a big level, doing small margins and big volume, being okay with that. I'm not okay with that because it doesn't meet my skill set. I'm much more of a creative person. And that's where my skills lie. That's why I focus on building brands and bundles and stuff like that. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Once you stick to this business model for a long enough time, don't worry about the money to start with. Obviously, the goal is money, but the goal is also the skills. Okay, don't take your eye off the money, but you're focusing on the skills. And after a little while, you're going to figure out what model that you want to really focus on and really go to town with. And that's when you're going to start seeing the traction. And then you're going to learn loads more, until your knowledge is just puffed out, until you start seeing opportunities everywhere, right? And then it comes to a stage of doing what you actually enjoy doing. And that's when the magic starts happening, because you're enjoying it. It matches your skill set. You've got confidence. You've got finances. You've got contacts. You've got traction, momentum, and then you're off. So I hope that video helps, guys. I just want to explain the sort of process. If you're struggling on Amazon, that's what it comes down to. Okay, that's when you start making profit. Now, if you want to talk quickly about the certain models, right? With online arbitrage, it's expectations as well. You've got to expect to make smaller margins and doing a volume game. With wholesale, the same. Retail arbitrage, it's just a lot of effort up front. You know, sometimes lower margins, sometimes bigger. There's just a lot of effort up front, and you've got to be okay with that. Research before you go out and when you're out there. With bundles, yeah, sure, they can be higher profit. Not always, but they can be higher profit. But there's a lot of work up front creating it, creating the product, okay? If you want to learn about bundles, check out the Hive link below. There's a 50% coupon off there, by the way. That's my mentor, okay, Natalie, who trains me in that. I'm in the Hive myself. It's not my training. I don't have any training that I sell myself. But there's a link there if you want to check out bundles, because that's what I do, okay? But don't do that until you're a couple of months in, 3 or 4, 5, 6 months in, whatever, at least, so you've got some sort of experience, in my opinion. And then if you want to do private label and stuff like that, sure, that could be more profit, but there's a lot of more work up front. I've just launched my first private label brand. It took me 3.5 months just to get the first few products, and we manufacture them in the UK. So it just takes time. So with this profit, guys, it's about expectations. It's about time in the game. It's about how hard you're working. It's about the skills that you're learning, and then your patience. Okay, it's going to come, but it takes patience. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.